download the application, go to your Play Store and download the application Super FM Global, and you can tune in to all of our shows and participate. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Segun Labi, and this is Point Blank. On Point Blank this morning, on the first leg of the show, as voters' registration exercise closes, what next? And in River State, we shall be looking at the statistics. And don't forget, just some couple of days ago, the head of INEC, the head INEC National Operation, National Commissioner at the INEC head office in Port Harcourt, and that is May Agbamuchembu, at a press briefing, said the level of collection of PVC in River State was abysmally low. We'll be looking at the statistics, we'll be looking at the figures, and what are the figures saying, what are the statistics saying. We'll be getting to all of that later on. Now, later on the show, on the second leg of the show, we'll also be speaking to, well, a well-known voice in River State. We'll be talking politics, strictly politics, and we'll be looking at the issue of 2023 election. You'll recall that just recently, there was a court case filed by the People's Democratic Party insinuating that National Assembly candidates of all the political parties did not follow INEC's guideline. How correct is that? Now, stay with us. We have a candidate of Ikure Emoa Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. He will be joining us live on the show, and we'll be speaking on that. A former commissioner for Lands and Survey in River State, and we'll be looking at that. So don't forget, that's what the show is all about this morning. And stay with us. Point Blank will resume in full blast after this break. Once again, greetings to you and thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank Saturday, and my name is Segun Olabi. So my first guest is seated. He is the head voters education and publicity INEC River State, Barrister Mark Usolo. Barrister Mark Usolo is in the studio and he's joining us this morning. Barrister Mark, is a Mr.
Even though I'm a lawyer, but you call me Mr.
Okay, Mr. Mark Usolo.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome to Point Blank Saturday.
Thank you very much, and good morning, listeners.
So we shall be looking at the issue of voters registration as the voters registration exercise closes. What's next for Nigeria? So let me just push this to you. Well, according to your statements, that's INEC statement, the exercise is to close tomorrow, Sunday. Are we likely to see an extension?
I don't think there will be an extension because we are supposed to have closed since 30th of June. We started this registration of voters since June last year, 28th of June last year, that is in person, and the 26th of June online, and 28th of July as in person. We've done much. We've given a serious space for people to come and register and get their PVC to exercise their civic rights come 25th of February and 11th of March next year. That is the presidential election, Senate, gubernatorial, and House of Assembly elections. INEC has given window for this registration, meaning extra time after the SERAP suing INEC and getting injunction in court, stopping us from stoppage of this continuous voter registration exercise by the 30th of June. As a law-abiding commission, we had to obey the court order and continue the registry. But when the court gave verdict that INEC has the right of stoppage of CVR at any time they deem fit, we still gave window period of 2 weeks, which means from 15th of July to 31st of July, and reasons for stoppage of this continuous voter registration exercise is for us to display this particular register for claims and objections from the public, those that registered, to make sure the particulars they gave to the commission is correct, and which will help further to purge the register and update it for onward compilation and make a kind of copies to political parties, because that was what the law stipulated. Furthermore, we will print these permanent voter cards for those that are registered. And, we are going to print more than 20 million voter cards in Nigeria. And we are falling short of time. We cannot allow ourselves to be rubbished by time because our legal framework works with time. This is the time for us to do this so that we can meet up with the elections of 2023 and the aspirations of Nigerian people too.
Well, fantastic, the position of INEC, but again, INEC must also consider that this is all about the Nigerian people, and this is all about ensuring that people who are 18 and above do not get disenfranchised. For example, if I look at the statistics, INEC normally publish daily statistics of those who get registered. In the last 3 days, we've seen increase in the number of those who participated. For example, from the statistic you sent on Thursday, we saw 5,203 people. On Wednesday, 5,383 people. On Tuesday, I think Tuesday was 4,000. But previous day, we've been seeing 2,000, 1,000. Now, that shows you that in these days, people are coming out. And even from the general statistics that we have so far, that is the statistics released as at Monday, Rivers State, well, I'm just going to try to flip through these. I think the total number of people who have collected a PVC in Rivers State, that's about 7 million people, was just about 400 and something thousand. I think I'm correct with that. Again, shouldn't this bother INEC to let INEC know that many people are just getting to know about this PVC, perhaps with what the politicians and political parties are doing?
I disagree with you a bit because this thing started, the registration of voters started last year, and we are experiencing nobody coming in or less. So when we had the announcement of stoppage on the 30th of June, there was upsurge everywhere. The surge was so much that we had pressure. And we begged for time, enlargement of time anyway, by the youths in Lagos. They asked the chairman that they should enlarge the time so that people will register for all-inclusive participation in the election. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood, gave a hidden ear to such a request, of which we allowed the time to flow. We continued registering. The moment the window period was given, the people went back to the comfort of their homes and they were not coming out to register. And I attribute this to the typical behavior of Nigerian people. Now that we are to close by tomorrow, we are having heavy surge. I don't think sitting down here can make further policy than the one the Commission has made, that we are going to stop tomorrow for the reasons I've given.
While we agree that you cannot make policies, again, a lot of people have said, well, the reason why we have all of this is because of the hiccups by INEC itself. For example, well, I realized that May Agbamuche told us the total number of facility or equipment deployed to Rivers State. But again, a lot of people complain of the slow process and that many of these machines are not working. So are you blaming Nigerians for what ordinarily should have been the fault of INEC?
The machines are working effectively. We had some teething problems when we devolved to the registration areas, otherwise known as wards. The teething problems was network issues. But the Commission went further to provide or configure offline mode IVED, that is INEC voter enrollment device, and it was working perfectly at the hinterlands. According to few electoral officers, we had these teething problems in areas that are very far in the waterways, like the fishing camps. But due to the configuration of some IVED machines to offline mode, we had to get that problem solved. The machines were adequately deployed to the areas that have a heavy density of this surge, like Ikwere, INEC head office, Obiakpo, and Port Harcourt local government INEC head office. I attribute this surge to our enlightenment program and voter sensitization, and I equally attribute the surge to maybe a preferred candidate coming on board to contest for a certain position, and people are coming out of our persuasive sensitization for them to know that the voter's card is their own tool to change governance if they wish. I will assure Nigerians that we will contend this surge till 6 o'clock, till about 6 o'clock tomorrow when the portal will close. But we are on our toes, and we are matching the surge with adequate personnel and machines. I tend to disagree with Shegun because we have...
Well, actually, that's not my point. And I was just going to play a voice insert by the Civil Liberties Organization, because Civil Liberties Organization, while speaking to newsmen yesterday, said there were hiccups like inadequate machines and other logistic problems. I just wanted to take a listen to this.
All right.
A combination of all of these factors have brought serious difficulties to citizens. We believe that this is very unnecessary, and there are ways that these things can be made very simple. So because we find these developments worrisome, we are asking INEC to ensure that there is a further extension, of the voter registration window, so that while they take care of these logistics challenges, more opportunities can also come for citizens, can also be available for citizens to get registered. So in view of this, we are pleading with citizens not to be discouraged and ensure that they still come out every day as much as they can to make sure that they get their PVCs. Citizens should see these difficulties they go through in trying to register as their own contribution to nation building. I want to remind all of us that the way things are now in this country, the only weapon we have as citizens, to claim or take back our country is our PVC.
And there you have it. That is Sonny Dada, the spokesperson of INEC, attributing to the fact that there were logistics problems. I mean, it's so absurd that Rivers State, with a population of close to 10 million people, could only register about 436,439 voters.
You cannot force a horse to drink water when you take the horse to the stream. We've been on air since the inception of this continuous voter registration exercise since last year. People do not turn up. I'm seeing this surge within the metropolis. I advise people to get to other local governments and get registered because they are experiencing few people registering. They can go to local governments down to Emoha, down to Okrika, whereby few people are out to register, and not to come and queue up in the metropolis and telling people that the machines are not working when the machines are working so adequately. The group, the non-governmental organization complaining about our machines not performing, I don't believe that, because when you get to INEC head office now, the machines are working so effectively. We have already, the management policy now, we've mopped up machines from all other local governments that are not within the metropolis to help this continuous registration of voters. That was a decision made by Richard Alabraba, the administrative secretary. Last few days, machines have been deployed to Obiakpo, Port Harcourt, CFC anyway, our office at CFC within the Port Harcourt local government area and the INEC head office. And I don't think we are having problems. The only problem we have is the orderliness of the people registering. They don't stay in the disaggregated form, the controllers. There's our staff have kept them because we have taken those that are coming for updates, those are coming for loss of a card. We are doing it with their Android phones because it can be done via our website, cvr.inecnigeria.org. cvr.inecnigeria.org. They are there at the gate helping them. Why those for fresh registrations queued up one side? I don't know why the mix-up, because when you get to the gate there, they will leave the line they were kept and writing their names accordingly in the paper where it is being called, and they're mixing up and looking for people to do a fast lane. Okay. By so doing, they are contacting INEC staffs to help them to do this instead of queuing up in orderly form. So I don't think we are lacking behind the manpower and machines.
Well, fantastic. We'll be looking at specifics, particularly as it concerns River State. You're tuned to Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt, and this is Point Blank. Point Blank is a news and current affairs program, and we're speaking to the head voters education and publicity of INEC River State. INEC has said the continued voters registration exercise will end tomorrow. And as a result of that, INEC has put in place a lot of manpower, according to INEC, and also has extended the time. I think the time was extended till 5 p.m. every day to allow for people, even weekend, including Saturday and Sunday, to allow for registration. However, there's still a very low number of Nigerians participating, and we're asking Mr. Michael Sula, what's the reason for that? And also, we're looking at the situation in River State and what more can we do within the windows available. And if you have a peculiar challenge about getting your PVC or getting registered in a continuous voters registration exercise, now you may just want to ask us a question or join this discussion and pose a question to the head voters education and publicity INEC River State, Mr. Michael Solo, in the studio. And the numbers to call us on 0705 079 1021. That is 0705 079 1021, as well as 081 174 31021. Now, we also have another number where you can send us a voice note and also send a short SMS message. Please make sure your voice note is 45 seconds. Introduce yourself, tell us your name and where you're calling from, and send your voice note to 0905 94 81021. For voice messages only, send it to 0905 94 81021. Now, don't forget, you can watch us live on social media. Watch us live on Facebook, Super 93.3 FM, one word. On Twitter, Super FM 933, and on YouTube, Super FM PH. And also, you can send us comments on Facebook, via Facebook and Twitter, and we'll respond to all of your comments. We'll just take two calls, Mr. Solo, and we'll come back to speaking this too. Let's quickly take this one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jerry Georgia.
Sorry, didn't get the name, please.
Greetings. I didn't hear you clearly.
Your name,
my
please.
name is Jerry Georgia.
Okay, good.
Jerry Georgia.
Jerry, good morning.
Please, I greet your guest in the studio there.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Mr. Inek.
Yes.
Please, I want to tell you something. Don't think that those of us that have not been able to register that we are guilty, or that we're actually thinking that this thing is not important. I heard you saying that a lot of us are just clustering in the city here instead of going to other local governments. Consider us as moving from here to like Okrika, moving from here to Ishoku. We know the situation of the country right now. How do we move to that place? Is it just going there? You must have the transport or you have your motor. One thing you people need to do is make this thing available for everybody. Like now in Woji, last time, they come maybe once in a week in Woji, and you say all of us should go and cluster at the flyover. We can't do that now, sir. Let this be every year. At least you know the major communities in this state.
Okay.
Let your people be there for us.
All right.
We are finding
Jerry.
it very difficult. As I'm telling you, I have not been able to register, and I want to register. I've been walking around.
You are not saying the truth, sir. Let me just tell you one thing. This continuous registration of voters started last year, June, July. And we have had all the years for you to register, and you are saying that you are still walking around to register at your age. Well, let me tell you, for you to be a patriotic Nigerian, you need to be listening to news and listening to information that is coming from bodies like INEC. When we have our program, all we are gearing towards is for all-inclusive participation. I've just helped you now to let you know where we are not having surge so that you can go there and register freely. And they are now pushing it back to me.
But again,
as
he said he has problems. He said he has challenge. And
he should queue up at INEC office, head office, or go to Illusio, or go to CFC at Faga. He will be registered. If he's there, he must be registered. We are taking everybody today that is online. We're going to register everybody to the last person.
Fantastic. Let me just take another one here. We have another call coming through. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Point Blank Saturday. Good morning.
Shebu, I want to say I completely disagree with the voters education man in that studio.
Mr. Makosolo.
Yes, when he was saying last year, people refused to turn out. I disagree with him. Let me tell you, Shebu, I'm a living witness. I have my own. I wanted to change my location. Shebu, you go there, you'll be frustrated. The INEC people, they will tell you no network. until a point when you queue up, even the INEC staff will be collecting money from people. Then he keeping saying
that is an allegation. Which INEC staff collected money? Now, you need to make clear.
I'm a living, Shegun, listen to me now. I'm a living witness. I will not just call on air and start making allegations. I'm a living witness to it. Listen to me, I'm telling you, it's not an allegation. Now, he's even saying that if you cannot register in Port Harcourt, go to other local governments. If I'm living in Port Harcourt, then I'll start going to Okreka. Then time to vote, I'll start going to Okreka.
No. You can register anywhere. The IFED machine, you can stay here.
Now, another problem, say you go online.
Okay.
You try it on your phone, now go online. You will not get it. When you register online and go to the office, they will tell you that is not even their own. You will get a new process.
Now, Prince Kuba Michael, we thank you so much. But again, that is the essence of this program. Let us just get Mr. Makusolo. Mr. Makusolo, explain to us, when you say they can register at another local government, will it affect their place of voting?
I want to explain to you, which means you are not informed. And this IVED voter enrollment device, INEC voter enrollment device, can stay here and register somebody in Kano and in Lagos. We have the whole units of this country inside that, configured inside that machine. The whole world's units, and if you want to check your status as a voter, you go to cvr.inecnigeria.org. You can get transferred with your Android phone. I did it at Silverbird last Friday. I was with them. I did it with the workers there, and it worked. I don't know where you people are just. Look, students, working class, at this age, you are very literate. You are supposed to be meeting up with schedules of national polity and not coming to relax.
But again, talk to us on the issue of change of location, because that's a very critical one. Because
change of location cannot affect where you will vote. You can stay here and register in Lagos, but your PVC will be collected where you will vote.
Mr. Osolo, take us through the process, because I have tried it online. The caller is saying, Shegun, try online. And really, I have tried it online. I can even show it to you. I tried to check my status online before the show. Well, it showed to me. But again, what we're trying to say is step-by-step process. If I want to change my location, if I misplace my card, let us start with change of location.
Shegun, I have told them, I'm not an engineer. I've told them that if you click to our website, cvr.inecnigeria.org, with your valid email address, you'll get this done. Yes, you'll get this done. And I will give you the format here so that you can be playing
Please do, give us the format.
Give you the electronic audition of this format so that you can be playing it to people too. Yeah, but the closure of this CVR is tomorrow.
Well, we still have some couple of hours. Today, tomorrow till about 5 or 6 p.m. Of course, so a lot could be done between now and then.
Of course, yes. And you asked me a question before. You said, why are people not turning up? Is it because of,
Now, we'll come to that, because I want us to deal with these critical issues that people are facing. For example, somebody had called us earlier and said, look, Shegun, I misplaced my card. And I went to them. They asked me to do the registration online. I did the registration online. And the online said I should go and collect my card. But when I got there, which is the same thing Prince Kuba is saying, they said what I did online was invalid. How could that have been?
Most people are still awaiting confirmation by INEC, those that did transfer. And we are following it sequentially. And I believe everybody that did online transfer and everything online, both update, that is update includes trying to get another PVC out of defaced PVC, out of lost PVC, changing locations, change of name and all what's not. It will be done. Some couple of Nigerian registrants are still awaiting confirmation by our office, which will be done. It is being done simultaneously. Those that their names, those that registered from January to this period we have no PVC printed. Their PVCs are yet to be printed.
So are you saying to us, Mr. Osolo, that even after the closure of the registration, people can still go ahead and collect for those who've done online? Is that, please clarify that.
Yes, after the stoppage of registration of voters, people can still come for their PVCs, because that is the next phase. People are not collecting their PVCs, and I don't know why. I want to use this medium to let River State people to come and collect their PVCs in all offices of INEC, in all the local governments. We will be issuing PVCs, and we will be going around the world to issue these PVCs. And we are planning within the managerial level of INEC to sit and churn out ideas on how we will now devolve to wards and communities to push out these PVCs. Well, the only thing that we stop now is continuous registration of voters, while other things will be done.
All right. Now, we'll be talking about that. And collection of PVC, I recall that Mayor Agbamuche said that about, with regard to distribution of new PVC, 54,945 have been received, but only 10,373 have so far been collected, leaving an outstanding balance of about 44,572 PVCs uncollected, and that is a huge number. We'll be looking at what is responsible for that. But quickly, let me come back to the telephone lines. Let's take more calls. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Yes. Good morning, Shegu.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to Mr. Mark.
How are you? How are you, gentlemen?
Yes, thank you. This is Thank God calling you from Gokana local government.
Thank you. Good morning. See your question.
Okay, my opinion to INEC is that although INEC have done well since last year,
thank you very much.
The challenges the public, I think, we are having is the issue of network since last year that make this issue now be complicated like this. And I think that if INEC take drastic steps by going to, like from last year, go to the market and ensure that people are being registered, like some places like in the church provide more machines thereabout, I think it will have enabled Nigerians to register more than now that if they only keep at the INEC office, where when you get to there, they will tell you issue of network and thereabout. So I think that if maybe by next time, the INEC should look into how they will extend registration either in the marketplace, in the churches, in the bank, and thereabout, so that many people can be registered. That is my opinion for INEC this morning.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And let me take this one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Point Blank, good morning. Hello?
We are hearing you.
Are you there? Good morning. All right, we have a problem with the caller. Let's take this
let me
one. Good
respond
morning.
to this.
Just a moment. Let's take this. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Hello, Shego. Good morning. My name is Marcelina. I'm calling from Eleme, Ogali precisely.
Thank you so much, Marcelina.
There's an aspect the INEC man there is forgetting. After the online process, there's a physical capturing, which most people didn't do because they were expecting SMS from INEC. So I don't know what will happen to those people because I have two persons like that who were waiting for INEC to send an SMS for them to come for the physical capturing, which is the last part of it, before they now print out their card. These people haven't gotten any SMS, and they've not gone for the physical capturing. So what will happen to those ones?
All right, so Mr. Makosela, maybe you may respond to that one by Marcelina.
Yes,
let us take it. Does INEC send out SMS for people to come for physical capturing?
It is not true. Look at how it works. When you do online registration, though it has stopped since 30th. When you do online registration, the last point for the completion of this registration is physical capturing.
And where do you do that?
If you have a computer printout, as you are doing this online engagement with your valid email card, email address, you will end up by INEC giving you a date because you didn't do it properly. Otherwise, you would have printed out your date of capturing. You're going to print out from a printer your date of capturing. Then you can come to INEC. INEC will not send SMS to you.
All right, so the online registration has ended now.
The online registration has ended, but you can come for physical capturing.
So which means anyone with a challenge should go to INEC office.
Yes, for physical capturing.
For physical capturing.
Yes, of course.
And again, that's another. Well, let me just take because we have several callers trying to call us in. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Point Blank.
They may have done it after the period of stoppage.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, my name is JP Amanze. I'm calling from Obiakwa local government.
Mr. Manze, good morning. Your question?
Yeah, Mr. Shegu, I thank you for this program. It's a nice program, and I'm so happy that this program is coming up this morning. Please, Mr. Inek, good morning. I have to greet you.
Good morning, dear.
But the problem with you, we have a lot of problems to solve in this country. Just like other callers that have been calling, they've been complaining of inefficiency of INEC, which is not good. Please, I advise you that your server should be worked on, because most of the locations in Obiapo and Port Harcourt always have a breakdown. What is the cost?
Did we complain about that?
Well, again, that's a complaint from the people, not necessarily from INEC. The people are saying that the server is slow, it's not working, and that's the same thing the gentleman on the call is saying.
Well, I will take it home. He has advised that INEC should update their server. I will take it home. But
well, have you noticed it? Now,
we have not noticed that.
Mr. Salah, have you noticed it?
No, it was on Tuesday that we had little network issue,
okay,
which has been rectified. Our server is working effectively, and our server, as regards this continuous voter registration, is our data bank. You should complain of network and not server. Our server is very accurate and working well. We have rectified the network issue we had on Monday, Tuesday, and everything is working out well now.
All right, so we'll take more calls. 0705-079-1021. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Point blank.
Good morning, Shugo Walabi.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to your guest. Yes, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of speaking with you, River people. Shugo, my position on this matter is very simple. Let us, as a people, consider the fact that we have people in the rural areas. Those persons, those old women, those old men, farmers in the village, they are not informed about this. Even
now, could you turn down the volume on your radio set to avoid the holdback? We're having too much echo. Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Can you hear me loud and clear now?
We can hear you, but move away from your radio set. Thank you.
I'm completely far away from my radio set.
Very well. Go ahead.
So those old women in the village who want to vote, who want to at least change the narrative in River State, but they are not given the opportunity because INEC on its own part has not made it possible for them. There's no too much awareness when we talk about sensitization. Do you think it is everybody that have access to the radio station? Do you think it is everybody that have access to smartphone? There are people in the village that have never used a phone. How do we get to these people? That is the responsibility of the INEC of pushing this sensitization to the rural area. Now you are coming on air to say these people are talking like this, they are deformed, they are not informed. I think to a larger extent, the man in the
thank you so
studio
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's just leave it at that. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining. Point blank, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Shegu Owolabi.
Thank you so much.
Lugaman, calling all the way from Eche.
Lugaman, good morning.
Yes, my brother, the problem we're having in this our area is INEC. INEC is the most of the problem we're having.
Why don't you just ask a question and let's solve it rather than blaming INEC?
Yeah, my question is that I was passing at Aba Road yesterday. I saw the level of people that gathered and we are waiting to collect their PVC. And when I asked them, they said it wasn't easy for them to get their own PVC. In my own local government, I come from Shegu. When I get to the INEC office, they told me that it is only one machine for the whole local government. Tell me how people will be registered. For me, I am saying that they should extend the deadline because the INEC, most of the people that have not registered, INEC is the problem. Thank you,
Lugaman, thank you so much. Barrister Mr. Makusolo, yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Just one machine. Why?
Okay. I told you we watched the statistics about those registering in the local government in the rural areas. We had to mop up. We watched the registration within 1 week, and we knew that people are no more coming in the rural local governments. Then we had to mop up machines to meet up the surge at the local governments at the metropolis. He said he passed INEC office and people did say that they are not collecting their PVCs. We do not issue PVC at INEC head office, Aba, our head office at Abaro. We do not issue PVCs. We issue PVCs at the local government area where you will vote. When you get there, we devolved from the local government area to the RAs, that is the wards. that place we are issuing PVCs and as well registering people. We have gone round the nook and cranny of Rivers State in all the local government. This is the fourth time we are going around. We've engaged with the political stakeholders of each community. We've engaged with the traditional schools, and they know the timetable of the movement of the IVED machine in all the rural areas. Nobody is complaining about that. We have our electoral officers in the local governments. We have our desk officers of voter education department in the local government. That is the AEO admin. Sensitization has been on all through this period of registration, and we have been doing enormous push of sensitizing people. We have done road shows in Okreka, Ogubolu, Obiakpo, and Falga. We've been sensitizing people and printing leaflets. We've been on this social media, like INEC Rivers is our website, our Facebook page. We've been on all media stations, talking one thing, telling people to collect their PVCs and telling people on how to register.
If I may come in here, because you see, again, this is all about Nigerians, and this is all about ensuring that more Nigerians get registered. For example, you talked about Eche local government, and I'm looking at the statistics in Eche in the last 1 week. As at Wednesday, we have 106 people in Eche local government area. At the close of work on Wednesday, we had close of work on Tuesday, we have 106. Close of work on Wednesday, we have 124 in a Eche local government area. Close of work as of Thursday, we have 92. Now, you recall that it is increasing. Which means, okay, you're talking about...
Yes, the IVED can take like 500 people within 1 hour.
Within 1 hour?
I'm telling you the truth. It can take about 500 people within 1 hour. And why I'm saying this is that we have evaluated this, we've checked it, and we had to mop up machines. We had more than two machines in the local government areas, and those moving from ward to ward and going from community to community. But one machine is always stationed at the local government office, while others are in the communities registering people. Why we publish these figures? For people to know the number registered so that they can come out more to register. We've shared this among all the media houses so that the public will know the number of registration we always have each day so that people will now be motivated to come out. And for their stakeholders too, to talk to them to come out to register. That is why you are knowing the figure in Eche. 100 people is not much to register in a day, whereas we register about 3,000 a day in the head office here. The IVED machine can take like 500 people under 1 hour.
Let me just take two more calls, then we'll begin to look at these next 2 days, what is possible, particularly with River State. Let me take this. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. Point blank. Hello? Can you hear us? Hello, good morning. All right, we're having a challenge there. Let's take this. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Shegu, good morning.
Good morning.
Shegu, it's Cookie Gam.
Cookie Gam, good morning.
Shegu, I want to greet your guest this morning. Shegu, please, I want to appeal to the INEC committee that they are, please, can you tell us as at this June ending, how many people have voted each of local government in this INEC? How many vote strength that each local government have as at June? You can tell us because we want to hear how many voters each local government are registered between now and June ending.
Okay, I'm not sure, but
I can't tell you that. No,
you don't have the statistics now. Okay, what we will do is that we will give you the statistics.
You write to INEC, you write to our head office in Abuja, then I will get directives to issue you such statistics.
All right. Well, again, there you have it. By Style Solos respond to that. Let me just take this one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank. Hello. Good morning. All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, Shegu.
Thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
I greet the INEC officer in the studio, sir. Now, the problem we are having in this INEC registration, I don't think it's the machine. I don't think it's the stakeholder. I think it's the workers. The ladies registering on the INEC, they are so reluctant. They are so sluggish. They don't sit up and do the work. You go there, you see them gisting. Now, the officer just said it there that machine can up to 500 people in an hour. But you will see people that will be in the company, they will not be up to 500. You see the registering, it will take 10, 15 minutes just to register one person. One person. Why is it like that? I think they should have a supervisor that will go around supervising them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Mr. Makusala, we just have about 2 minutes more. So, what can we do? What is INEC Rivers State willing to do for Rivers people within the remaining hours that we have? We have today and tomorrow till about 5 p.m. tomorrow. What is INEC Rivers State willing to do?
We don't really have space. Everybody has been kept on his or her toes. We are making proper arrangements not to leave anyone not registered today. Everybody in the queue must be registered. My administrative secretary and all the HODs with all the EOs, everybody's everybody is on his toes now, making sure that the Rivers people are being registered. Well, but I advise them to be in an orderly manner, to watch and observe the commands of those guiding them in the line for registration, and let them not be raising their voice and making it impossible for the organization to be serene and quick. I want to let people know that INEC is determined and very resilient of giving Nigerians what they want. This registration of voters will be done, and we will give Nigerians the proper names of those that are registered. And we are doing it so that we have all-inclusive participation in the election. I don't want anybody that is saying that the workers are sluggish. These are human beings. And the most dangerous aspect of management is the human management. Yes, because their behavioral tendencies can be worrisome at times, and they can be uncontrollable at times, and some that have anger in themselves. Anger management is the best leadership quality that can be put in place in this time of registration of voters. The registrants are so I don't know. Let them have patience that INEC will register them. We are trying our best. That's why I advise, where they are having surge, like in the areas where there is so much surge in the metropolis, they can shift a little to the local government areas where they are having less surge and get registered. This register is coming to one database, and you will collect your PVC where you register to vote. In the local government, you register to vote. We are making plans as well to know how we can disburse and issue these PVCs to the owners of this. Most PVCs of the old, that is from 2011 to 2018, they are still in INEC office, over 200,000 lying there uncollected. So that's the problem. And these new PVCs printed now, we are still begging people to come out and collect their PVCs. The PVCs of those that registered from June, July last year to December, they are all ready and has been disbursed to the local government for onward issuance to the owners. So I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Well, Mr. Makusala, we must thank you so much for coming to the studio to talk to us on the continuous voters registration exercise. Makusala is the head voters education and publicity INEC Rivers State. Now, we'll be hoping that the policy, those responsible for making policy in INEC, may look to plea of Nigerians, hoping, and we'll be watching and we'll be also listening to see what will happen next. But as it is, the window is still open from now till tomorrow for you to do the needful. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Makusala, for coming to the studio.
Thank you very much, and thank you, listeners, for creating time to listen to our message. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll be having a one-on-one with the House of Representative candidate